Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? We're now ready for takeoff, so please fasten.
Sure, I think I've seen you floating around, and I thought you were just an impartial kind of fan.
Yeah.
Turns out you're a fighter.
I am, yes.
Having your first fight tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
How did you get into this?
I have quite a stressful job really, and I think I just went to the gym just to train, do something apart from work. Absolutely loved it. I started as a Thai boxer, did a lot of Thai boxing.
How long ago?
Probably about 8 years ago I started Thai boxing. I did take a couple of years out after I had a few fights, and had a few fights in Holland. When I came back, didn't enjoy the Thai boxing as much here as I did there, so obviously I still wanted to train. That's when I started doing some groundwork, some grappling and some wrestling.
Big fight scene in Holland, right?
Yeah, excellent fight scene in Holland.
Did you learn?
Obviously not much wrestling or
No,
grappling
of
really.
course. Did you? So, I mean, in terms of your mixed martial arts career, what do you hope to achieve?
Well, because it's quite new here, there's I haven't really thought that much into it. I'm really happy to be the first female fight at UCMMA. I love the guys at UCMMA.
Bit of kudos that goes with that, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. It's I'm just looking forward to the fight, and I know they have shows every 6 weeks, and I'm pretty sure once they've had a couple of girl fights, more girls are going to come out from the work, so I'll probably get a few more opponents after that.
You're kind of going to be the catalyst for female involvement in MMA and boost participation, yeah? Is that on your radar as well, or are you?
It wasn't.
Because you know you're going to be the kind of poster girl. You do know that, don't you?
Well, that's fantastic, isn't it? It's just a real privilege to do something that you really enjoy doing and then be seen like that as well. It's a great opportunity to be the first female fight. But I have seen other female MMA fighters that I've really enjoyed watching. So I'm not the first or anything, but it's just nice to be the first one on this show. Yeah.
Know much about your opponent?
I really don't know much about my opponent. Her name's Vicky Watts. She's been around a long time. She's competed a lot in the grappling circuits. She's very good groundwork, but like I said, as she's coming into an MMA fight, I'm assuming her striking is going to be quite good too.
How old are you? Sorry, Michelle.
I'm 28.
Right. What's your key? What's your strength? You mentioned the kickboxing background and stuff like that, but yeah. I mean, having been immersed in it for a while now and probably ventured into different disciplines and stuff like that, what's your key strength?
I don't know, I think I'm sort of a little bit all round at the moment. I've been concentrating more on my groundwork obviously, as I did some kickboxing before, so I guess it really depends on the way the fight goes, doesn't it? Yeah, it's fights before I've tended to box a lot more, but I'm just going to have to see with this one.
See how it goes.
Yeah.
Have you been inspired by the growing scene in this country, and particularly the men, because we don't know much about the women, but have you been inspired by them, and who's your favourite?
Yeah, I've always watched UFC obviously and loved that, go to the shows here. I don't have a favourite, there's so many fighters that I do like, I've got a lot of respect for a lot of fighters, and obviously as it is getting more and more popular, it's just even better for me, because at our gym now, girls are getting more and more interested. We're getting more girls to spar with. We now have female boxers, female Thai boxers, female grapplers, female wrestlers, all at the gym, so it's yeah, it's great, and it's really helping me out a lot, the fact that it is becoming so popular, because even if it wasn't popular, I'm pretty sure I still love to do it. So.
What was you running from? What was your job, your vocation?
I was a sales manager for a telecoms company.
For how long?
I had a great job. Well, I was in sales for 10 years.
Right, okay.
So as soon as I left school, I got into sales. Had a great job, company car, mobile phone, laptop, all my expenses, petrol paid.
And you've swapped really. That
I know, because
to get punched in the head.
The whole time I was asking for time off work to go compete in Holland, skiving off work to go to the gym. Sales is probably something I can go back to in 5-10 years, but fighting isn't, obviously.
Yeah,
so I didn't want to have any regrets and need to get this out of my system now. Maybe go back to a sensible job at a later date.
A little bit risque, this question, but you are quite attractive. Not too many female fighters are, or they don't end up that way. Not worried about that?
I do get asked this question a bit. Thank you for saying I'm quite attractive. That's nice. There are some very pretty female fighters, Thai boxers. There are some beautiful looking girls. Obviously with MMA I think people are more concerned that you are more prone to cuts and broken noses, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
With any sport you do, there's a chance of getting injured, you know.
Especially combat sports.
Yeah, any combat sport. I mean, parents will buy their children skateboards, roller skates, things like that, the amount of accidents I've seen there, football, broken ankles, any sport you do, you are risking an injury. So, you know, as long as you're really loving your sport, you can't really think about that. It can't be your first thought, and if it is your first thought about your face, then it's not the sport for you, I don't think. So I try not to think about it.
Where have you been training?
I train at London Shoot Fighters now. I've been training there a couple of years. Before that, I trained a few places to sort of try and get a few more girls to spar with at different gyms. I trained in Holland and with Gary Turner.
You're a seasoned fighter, as it were. I love your t-shirt. Is it yours? Did you make it?
It's mine.
Will your team be wearing that as they approach the ring?
I hope so, yeah. They actually seem to quite like the t-shirt, so it shouldn't be too difficult to persuade them to wear it. I was going to go with pink, but I'm not sure how many guys from the gym would have worn that.
That's very true. And where can people find you or stuff about you? Is there any website or any reference?
I have a website. It's Michelle Tyler -theofficialwebsite.com.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Good luck tomorrow.